Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rob Has a Podcast, where we are covering Big Brother Reindeer Games. And here we are to talk about a cast of Big Brother legends. I'm your host, Taran Armstrong, and with me tonight to talk through this new cast that was dropped today, but piece by piece in a very weird format. I have a wonderful panel of guests here, starting with Lovina. How you doing, Lovina?
I'm doing great, you guys. I'm really excited. It feels very low stakes. We're just I was about to curse immediately into the podcast. We're just hanging out today. I have my Christmas tree in the back. I see Melissa's Christmas tree. Like the vibes are vibing. I don't know. I like it. I'm really excited. I don't have very many complaints about this cast, but we'll get to it.
I think I have to buy a Christmas sweater specifically for this podcast.
Yeah,
Over the
see,
course
look, I
Yeah.
tried to dress like a little Christmassy. I was looking for my Christmas beanie, but I couldn't find it. I was gonna wear a scarf, and then I was like, I might be too hot.
I would
Mm.
sweat like crazy.
Yeah, so I'll start just taking one piece off throughout the pod.
Yes, well, you heard her. Melissa is also with us here. How you doing, Melissa?
Oh yeah, spoiler for the listeners. It's Melissa. I'm here. I'm so happy, and I love competitions. So this is just right up my alley. I'm so pumped and thrilled. Ho ho ho! Merry Big Brother.
And also with us is Maggie. How you doing, Maggie?
Hi, I'm doing great. I dressed up last year as Santa Claus for Halloween. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have a Santa hat." And I realized in the move that I did this year, the costume got tossed. But so I'm wearing my winter RHAP hat, trying to get into the spirit a little bit here. But I'm really excited. I mean, I'm pumped up. This is a great fun cast. I mean, there's a couple glaring omissions that I'm shocked, like genuinely shocked are not on here. But other than that, I'm pumped. I'm ready to get into it.
Yes. So we have a cast, and here's the thing. Let's do this up front. You know, this is a show. If you don't know, Big Brother Reindeer Games. What they have said about this show is that first of all, it's already been filmed. They filmed it. There's no live feeds. They're going to show the episode starting next week, starting Monday, just a few days from now, really. And I believe it's something like 3 episodes in a week for 2 weeks, 6 episodes total. And I also believe that how this is going to be formatted is there's going to be 3 competitions in each episode that essentially like whittle down the players to the final competition, which is some sort of elimination competition, that it's all competitions. Now, what the competitions are, how they work, is yet to be determined, but I believe that's how it works. So in terms of like strategy, in terms of live feeds, a lot of the reasons why certainly I watch these shows, and maybe you watch these shows, may not be there. However, it's pretty low investment, pretty low stakes, just a couple of weeks in December. A lot of other shows are either wrapping up or just ended. And you might have some time to watch a show. And this is, I think, a good potentially little show to watch, primarily because of what we're here to talk about, the cast. Big Brother legends. You may disagree or agree on an individual level, but you can't deny that this is a fairly stacked cast in general. It's got, I think, 5 winners. It's got some huge names, some people that I didn't think we'd really have a chance to see again. It's almost a shame in some ways, given that it's like we're wasting this cast on this format. But it's
Well,
still a good
I don't know.
cast. I'm excited for it.
Taryn, I think though the thing is, like, the show is not live. There's no live feeds. They don't even live in the house. Like, that's the reason we got this cast. Like, that's the reason that all these people came back. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're like, oh, it's a shame to waste it on this. But like, Danielle Reyes has been out there saying, like, I would do another Big Brother season, but I can't do 100 days like with my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is the way that we get her back, you know? Like,
Well, it just didn't have to be all comps. It could have been like a social.
Yeah, like to be fair, like it could be, we could have just done, and this is what I would have absolutely loved, is just a condensed Big Brother, like 2
Yeah.
weeks Big Brother, like every other day you vote someone out, whatever. Just don't have as many, don't have 16 people, but have like 10. And then there you go, you're good. I feel like this, obviously, like we all understand and recognize, this is not Big Brother. This is Reindeer Games. I am
Big
trying
Brother
to
Reindeer
treat this. No. It's just Reindeer Games.
There's
I'm
a
trying
colon.
to treat this as if it's like I'm Chappelle and I'm doing nothing but Netflix or whatever. And I'm just like, hey, here's a stupid show that we're just like gonna like talk about and have fun with. Because if I start thinking about how this is like supposed to be like Big Brother, or that this is like supposed to be some sort of like way to hold us over until the next year or something, like I'm going to be so angry. So in order to not be angry, I'm going to channel Chappelle and just be like, who cares? It's just a show. And that is my goal for this.
it's not though, Melissa. It's not supposed to tide us over until the new year. It's supposed to make up for programming that they lost because of the SAG and writer strike. Like that's exactly what it is.
It's supposed to, as the conspiracy theorists say, test out if we'll still watch if there's no feeds or strategy. And if it's
I don't want to buy
pre-taped.
into that. I don't want to buy
No.
into that. I think it's just like a fun little thing.
Sure,
I'm
it's all fun
excited.
and games now. It's fun and games now. But next summer, when they say you loved it in December, so we're bringing it back, Big Brother Summer Games.
If they do that because of this, that's quite the reach. Like that it's not adding up. Yeah, they really can't do that.
The only
They
reason
can
this
do
would be
whatever they
successful
want.
is on the backs of the cast, which became the like beloved in the way that they are because of the proper show. I don't think that I don't know, I'm not going to put actual logic onto them necessarily, but like there's obviously no way that they could make a show like this work without the cast. No, like you put this on a commercial, who's tuning into just Reindeer Games with a cast of all new faces?
It's somebody in the chat was talking of, like, just brought up Bravo, and this to me is like Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, where like they shove all of the like women from all of the different shows they make them go on a trip for 2 weeks or a week. They spread out all of that content over the course of a little quick, you know, we stick it in where we need programming, and then we move forward with the actual franchises. And like there's only 6 episodes of this, so like this format is not going to be like able to sustain. The thing about Big Brother, the reason that Big Brother is safe, in my opinion, from like, you know, being in real serious danger from CBS, is because and the live feeds, is because they need, in the summer, it eats up 3 hours a week of primetime content. It is so cheap to produce, and it adds to like streaming numbers with the live feeds. Like they're able to, at the end of the year, last year, they were like, we had the most watched show of the entire year because of the live episodes and the live feeds. Like Big Brother wants their product to stay. Like Big Brother, I think that like we're all good on CBS's love of Big Brother. I think this truly is just like, we needed programming. We could get these people back in for cheap and like make the house elf themed and move forward.
Well, and they're
All right.
calling it a spin-off in the articles, aren't they? The word spin-off makes me feel better about like, well, it's just like an extra piece of content. It's not like, well, it's a trial run for this, or this, you know?
Yeah,
That
I mean,
word makes me feel better.
I think we're probably fine. Can I just give, before we get into this cast, can I give just the perfect version of this show, the most optimistic world that exists for this show? It's all competitions, but technically, so was a show like The Devil's Plan on Netflix, right? Technically, that show is all competitions. It's just that the competitions had a lot of social strategy involved in them. Maybe we'll get some social strategy in the competitions themselves, and they won't just be running back and forth, throwing balls into things. You know, there's a chance. I mean, why else would they choose to film it in the Big Brother house. Maybe just because they have the space, probably that's probably the reason. But like, there's a world, right, where there's actually some intrigue to the competitions themselves, and they're not just recycling the same old stuff.
Do we know like how the show is working in terms of like, is everybody staying for the 2 week, like participating for 2 weeks, and it's just like how many points you get, or is it like?
I think it was filmed over a certain amount of days. I don't think they even necessarily stayed in the house. I think that they
No,
came
they
to
didn't.
film,
That's what
and
I
then
heard.
they stayed in, you know, somewhere else. And it's sort of like the Traders, where they'd go to the castle, they'd do the filming, and then they'd go to a hotel every night. I think that like it was
Is
something
that
along those
true
lines.
in the Traders?
Yeah.
Wow, you learned something new, because I was very jealous that they got to stay in that cool Scottish mansion.
I'd be
Yeah.
terrified. I wouldn't.
Oh,
sleep
I
there.
would have loved it. Oh man. So then they just went to some normal hotel. That's so lame. Oh, count me out. I won't be on the Traders.
Mm.
They've been
Oh
begging.
man. So I believe so that's what we have. That's what we have. And there's a cast here to talk about. They released the first 2 cast members last night during Survivor in the commercial. And then they have been dropping them in a very strange way throughout the day today. I feel like correct me if I feel like there's a world, another world. There's a way this could have been fun and like really built up hype, where it was like very consistent release schedule of like, this is the next person. The next one is going to drop like on the hour or whatever, like exactly at this time. And then, ooh, who's going to be next? And it also hadn't leaked first anyway. But this just was so whimsical and like just kind of like all over the place. Like, couple people drop here, a couple people drop here. Here's a whole cast photo. And it felt like there was no hype at all.
I didn't see most of the cast members be released. I only saw the fact that they released it during the episode, and then I saw Mike Bloom's post. I didn't see a single other post about it or a single other name, but I already knew who it was because it had been leaked like a million times like before leading up to this. So I was not surprised, but I didn't even see anyone else get released. So I don't even know where they got released.
Well, I didn't even know where to look, because at first I was like, okay, Mike Bloom got the first 2, or I think he got the first 2.
Yeah,
and I'm
that's
like,
what I
okay,
saw.
where do I look? What hashtag do I go into? Who do I look up? I thought they were going for like an advent calendar theme, but as
You
Taran
guys.
said, like it wasn't consistent. So like, what were they going for?
Lovina, I literally, you guys, I went on Facebook because
No.
I was like, this
No.
one has
No.
all of them together. I
Oh,
was like, I didn't
no.
know where to go, so I went to Facebook to the Big Brother page, and guess
trend.
Man,
what?
Maggie really.
I saw them all. I saw them all right up front
Wow,
on Facebook.
I guess we should be back on Facebook, huh?
No.
Let's all get back
far.
on there.
Too far.
Oh boy. All right. Well, let's start talking about the cast. We're gonna how we'll do this. We'll go one by one. In the order, I guess, that they were somewhat released. And then we'll talk about each person, their history. I have some stats, some comp stats to talk about. And then we can also do like a little, you know what? We could just do it draft format. We could not even go that
Ooh.
way. We could just go by draft. That might be more fun.
I like it.
Yes. Just a
Pull
little
up
mini
list of
draft.
Who's playing?
Yeah, Melissa still needs to find out who's
I
playing.
need to figure this out.
I couldn't tell you where to go except Facebook.
Oh God.
point.
Can't even do that.
But we will need to like determine a draft order. I'm trying to think of the best way. What's a little mini Christmas competition we can do? Okay, hold on. I have an idea. Melissa is the most Christmassy.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yes.
Also,
Lovina's
look, I've got a menorah in there, so I'm both. I've got the
There you
tree
go.
and the menorah.
Yeah.
So
I'd say Lovina is the second most festive.
Mm-hmm. I have a candle too.
Um,
Oh wait, yeah.
And then honestly, I think the beanie makes you more festive than me, Maggie.
It does. I was gonna fight you if you were not gonna let me be
Yeah,
third,
nah.
so thank you.
You have so
So-
much room back there, Taran. There's no tree. What the heck? Come on.
I could make it green back there, maybe.
Yeah.
So I thought about it, but I was like, oh, it's too late. So Melissa, what place in the order would you like?
number one, baby.
All right. How about you, Lovina?
I'll take 2.
Okay, Maggie.
I'll take 3.
Green doesn't really work on this background. All right, I'll be 4th. All right, so Melissa, you have the list in front of you.
I do.
Let's reveal to the audience who is the first cast member of Reindeer Games and your first draft pick.
My first draft pick, because I know what this show is about and I know what's important for this show. So my first draft pick is Cam, America's favorite player.
I'm waiting for you to say just kidding, but
No, I'm serious.
there he is.
Okay.
Look at that comp beast. That's all that matters in this show. That's all that matters. And that is why Cam is my number 1 pick. He also just left the house. So he is extremely familiar with all the comps that they're absolutely going to rehash. You know that it's going to be exactly what he just did. They're going to have to do that exactly again. And he's very experienced in it. So yeah, this is what the show gets. And this is what I want because I'm going to win this thing.
Do you think
We
we
should
like
probably-
us above or to the side more?
I like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Looks good. We should probably also mention that there's 9 players. There's 4 of us. We each get 2. So the audience is getting 1 person. So I think Melissa just did you guys a solid. I'm
Hey,
so
you know
sorry,
what?
Melissa.
He's gonna win. You think this guy is not gonna win this
Okay.
Big Brother Reindeer Games?
I'll say this. I did see a conspiracy theory online where in all of the promo video, he's wearing the same outfit. So people are saying, like, is he the first boot? Or at least a first episode boot? Because it'll be 3.
Yeah,
I
so
mean-
that's the thing. Are they leaving or are they staying the whole time?
I
Surely
think
they
they're
leave.
leaving. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, to Melissa's credit, it did cross my mind because here's the thing about Cam. The second that Julie announced that there was a spinoff, the second she said there was somebody from the cast that was going to be on the show, my mind immediately went to Cam during Big Brother 25 on the week that he was being evicted, coming out of the diary room being like,
Mm-hmm.
I just had a great diary room session and talking about opportunities he was going to have outside of the show, which felt to me like, oh, that he already knew he was going to be on. And then I even went a little further when I found out like what this show is. It's all competitions. There's no social game. It's almost as though they came up with the idea of the show specifically for Cam.
Mm-hmm.
That would be insane. I mean, but didn't he go on like a Instagram live or something? Unless he's just like a really good liar, which I don't think he is, based on what we saw. But he went on an Instagram live saying that he hasn't been reached out to about Reindeer Games. Was he just flat out lying?
Well, he obviously had by the time
mean,
Julie announced it at the end of the season.
But he's like not that good of a okay, anyways.
Apparently Cam has snowed Lovina.
Oh god, this is why I can never play this damn
He's
game, guys.
he's just
Stop
that
asking
good.
me.
He is that good, and that's why he's the number 1 draft pick.
I was like, wait, he
here's
lied.
here's some stats on Cam. He played in 15 competitions. He won 5 of them. So he had about a 33% win rate. Now, I also did something a little ridiculous and obsessive, which is I calculated the amount of players. Like, I basically went through and took the placement of each person in every competition they played in and kind of like averaged it out. And so Cam's average placement score essentially is about 51%. He beat about 50% of the players he competed against in every competition that he went into, which is a decent score. For comparison, somebody like Michael has like a 71% score. So pretty decent stats. When you look at the competitions he won, it's actually kind of interesting. That Cam is very good at skill comps, it seems. Just random skills. Like he did the tiny veto. He could stand there and put a hand on a buzzer in pressure cooker. He was able to do the puzzle really quickly in the HOH competition that he came back on. He was able to do the balls on the shovel thing against Jared well. But anything that was like really overtly physical, he did get kind of outpaced by some of the more physical players like Jag or Matt. And so, you know, he's going to be somebody that is going to excel at like skill competitions. He was able to win a mental comp. He threw another mental comp, so it's hard to quiz comp, I should say. So hard to know exactly how he'll fare there, but he does like his superpower, so to speak, seems to be just like random skills, which I think is fairly valuable in a show like this.
Yeah, my opinion on Cameron is so we'll see what happens.
Wow,
He didn't like the Barbie movie. What you didn't like the Barbie movie? Come on. Come on.
Did that come out when they were in there?
You know what
No,
Cam thinks
before.
about that opinion of yours, Maggie?
Wrong.
Well, you pronounce wrong with a G, not a K. So wrong.
All right. Okay. So Melissa was first. Lovina, you are next. Who would you like to pick?
Okay, I'm picking somebody. Okay, I'm not taking this show, you guys. I'm not taking this show seriously, like flat out. So I'm gonna choose people that I'm so excited to see. Just like I saw a clip of this person on my timeline, and I was like, "Wow, I understand the season they come from is what it is." But I don't care. I'm picking Josh Martinez. I could not be more excited to see him. He was banging pots and pans, looking like an elf. You guys, come on. That's cinema. I'm so excited.
Wow, and Josh looks so handsome in this cast photo.
Totally
That's a great
does.
photo of him.
Listen, if
Right.
you have not been keeping up with the
Yeah,
challenge,
Josh has glowed up for sure.
Josh has
tattoo.
been working very hard to bulk up, to get as fit as possible, and you know, improve on his challenge performance, which I would say is important, especially for a show like this. He does have one of the lower scores in terms of average placement, about 42%. He won 4 competitions on his season with like a 19% win rate. However, you have to look at the actual competitions there. One was a crapshoot. One was a quiz competition that Christmas and Paul both threw to him, and so he only had to beat Kevin, and he beat Kevin by 1 point. One was the final 3 HOH where he beat Christmas in part 2, and she was injured at the time. And then part 3 was still a crapshoot at that time. And then then the other one he won was a double eviction veto, and it was the running back and forth one where you drop balls into a tube. And I think his height definitely helped him there. The girls in that competition were literally like feet in the air trying to get as close to the tube as possible over the railing. And he was able to just kind of drop over it. But still, he was able to win 4 competitions. He has then gone on to go on to the challenge, where he has, to my knowledge, been able to kind of like slowly improve over time. And as you can see, he's looking pretty good, and I feel like he might be coming back for revenge on some of these competitions.
Have any of us watched the challenge? Like with Josh on it, is he good? Do we know?
He's not great on the challenge.
Okay.
But
Good to know.
also though the people on the challenge are like, you know, they are like CrossFit extraordinaire. Like they actually like they do like I have always felt like Big Brother, and even now when the competitions are definitely more skewed towards athletic people, the competitions that are on Big Brother are like not like on the challenge you're like climbing mountains and things. But I actually think that his challenge experience is going to really, really help him here, because the thing that they do on the challenge is they try to break the challenges as much as possible. So I think Josh is going to be going into this and gathering his people, start bossing people around, telling people what they can do to work together to try to complete the challenge in like a certain amount of time. Like I think Josh is going to go in there and like be screaming on the sidelines to people that he likes, how they can do better. Like I think that he's going to bring a lot of drama to what you would think would be a pretty straightforward, if these are all just competition sort of game show.
Yeah, slight spoilers for the latest CBS challenge, but I watched that one, and Josh basically like betrayed 2 of his closest friends for seemingly no reason.
We love to
that
see it.
season.
I think, right? I don't know.
And then like got really like it was a very dramatic thing. So like don't worry, he's still as messy as I think you would hope in terms of
Yay.
making good television.
That's my
All right.
team.
So Lovina, there's Josh. Let's see how this goes for Josh. Maggie, who would you like to choose? Who's the next person here?
I'm gonna choose, I also was like, should I be really serious and try to pick someone that I think will win? But I just can't not pick this person that's on the cast. Like, she has made my entire year this past year. I love her so much. I have to pick Taylor Hale. I have to. She's just everything to me. Like, she is Big Brother personified. And yeah, she wasn't the most amazing challenge person on her season. We had Michael to thank for that, who is one of the glaring omissions to me on this cast list. I cannot believe that we don't have Michael, which maybe we can talk about the people that we're really missing at the end. But I mean, Taylor is like, to me, Taylor is like new era Big Brother. Like, when you think of new era Big Brother, you think of Taylor Hale. She's just television perfection. She is so charismatic. She's so fun. Even if she sucks at some of these challenges, she's going to be funny. She's going to be goofy. She's going to be cheering everybody on. She's going to make friends. I just love her. I can't not pick her. She's my fave. Like, truly, my love for her only grows over time.
Yeah, I'm absolutely obsessed with Taylor, and I'm just so sad that we're not seeing her like on another like actual Big Brother season, because I would just absolutely love to see it. And I'm also sad that same with a lot of the other people on this cast, that we're not getting to see them like on live feeds or like any sort of strategy or anything, because Taylor knows the game. She respects the game. Like, it's just, I absolutely love her. I would be thrilled to see her win. But I don't know how this is going to go, because it's not about strategy and it's not about any of that. So, we'll see, but I'm very happy that Taylor is going to be back on our screens.
Yeah, I think that if we're looking at new era, she's essential. Like, of the women, I was going to say of the women, but just of anybody of the new era, she's essential. I was also going to say, like, I think that the cast as a whole is pretty well representative of new era. Like, the cast is pretty solid, like we said. And I felt like if I didn't see Taylor, then I wouldn't feel like watching. And another thing too, like, with the social dynamics, like, we don't know, like we were saying earlier, there could be some social dynamics within the competitions. I'm assuming that there will be, just based on who these players are and what they're used to and the show that they come from and the show that they're on, technically a spinoff. But I'm excited to see these people, because most of them, I fell in love with who they are and their character on TV. And she is the epitome of that. So, I mean, I knew I wasn't going to get her, Maggie, because I took Josh, but like, I wish I had gotten her.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Taylor would have been my pick, obviously. She does have the worst stats on the cast in terms of her competition performance. Her average placement about 38%. Her comp win percentage about 10%. She only won 2 in her season, but the one that she did win was a fairly dominant win on the endurance competition. And so if there's anything like that, I think that's a good thing. Also, as Isabel just pointed out in the chat, what are her stats if you delete Michael?
Yeah.
You have to consider that Michael on the cast definitely impacts your competition performance. Michael's stats puts every single person on this cast to shame, which is one of the reasons why it's a shame he's not on the cast in terms of competitions. But yeah, I mean, she hasn't necessarily performed, I think, as well as she would have hoped in in her season. But these might be new competitions. They might have different opportunities for her to be able to showcase different kinds of skills. I think that she's a fairly well-rounded competitor. She's not like super weak in any one area. It's just that there was always somebody beating her in those competitions, like Michael. So I think that there's opportunity to shine here. And we'll see if she has the opportunity to do so.
Also, I'm so sorry. Look at this photo of her.
It's unreal.
She can never look
unbelievable.
bad.
She
It's
looks
insane.
like the lead of like a Hallmark Christmas movie.
It totally
She's
looks like that.
You
Oh
just
my
pick
God.
the most beautiful person in the world and stick them in like a small town, and she's like discovered the meaning of Christmas
I
through
would
like
watch
the
that.
love of like a local lodgeman. You know what I mean? Like,
She's gonna
look
quit
at
her
her
job in New York City and move to the
Yes.
small town.
I feel like
Yes.
she is such a good representative of like Big Brother. Like I feel
As a whole.
cool like being able to be like, yeah, that's our Big Brother winner, because she's just like she's so well spoken. She's so beautiful and stunning and like cool and amazing. And she literally like I like how she can talk up our show in a way that like makes us proud that like we watch it in like a way that's like, oh, it's about strategy. It's very serious, you know, and like she's just such a good representative for us. I'm very, very pleased.
And they pointed out in the chat, I didn't even realize she's wearing a sword necklace. Ah,
That's
gosh.
so cute.
Oh my God,
Love my
yeah.
team. Love my pick. Yes.
Love my team, and it's just Taylor. I love that.
Literally.
Exactly.
We're
Yes.
just like, yeah, that's
Everyone clapped. Everyone
That's the
stand up.
podcast. Literally amazing.
Yes, I mean, really, I think Taylor Hale, one of the main reasons a lot of people will watch the show this season. Okay, that means I'm next. This is tough because I've got. Listen, you know what? Okay, this is what's going to decide it for me. I did all the work to make these stats. I'm just going to use my stats to make my picks.
Hey, you know, if
So
you're
that
gonna
they're
do
useful
if
for
you do
something.
the work, yeah, you might as well get the good draft.
You did send me them earlier, to be fair. So I
Nice.
did have a little bit of
Oh
a sleight of
my
I
hand.
God.
did send you some of them,
Collusion.
yes.
No, I was
Collusion.
editing, I was
Maggie, this
editing.
is so unfair for
I was
us.
editing.
It is. It is.
I'm sorry, but like we're supposed to just be cool with the fact that you guys have been trading information, insider trading. How am I
forgot all
supposed
of
to?
it.
I mean, okay. You know what? This
I
is
chose
not cool.
Melissa. I chose John.
Because you knew. You know something that we don't know. Wow.
Not his 2
okay.
comp wins, please.
Oh my God. This is rigged. This is rigged.
So my first pick, I think, is it's still gonna go a little bit against the grain on the stats, but I'm gonna give a reason why. My first pick is gonna be Xavier. So his average placement 49%. This is fairly average amongst this cast. His win percentage was like 29%. He won 6 competitions. But you have to account for the fact that he threw so many of them. And let me tell you, when I went back and I watched the competitions that he was in to determine his placement in those competitions, it was pretty wild and very cool, actually, to hear him time after time go, yep, so this is my time to drop out on this one. And yep, dropping down on this one here. And then like watching him in a quiz competition go out first. Man, all those people beat him in that competition, except he's going like this when he does it. Like he threw so many competitions, which doesn't mean that he would have won them or that he would have necessarily even performed any better on them or at them. But once he starts to win competitions, he really starts to win competitions. And I think that he is just like still in a very prime sort of position to do really well. I have seen in the chat that he didn't do super well on the challenge. I think I watched the season he was on I don't remember much of it though. But my memory of it is that like he got screwed over by the people who were on his cast.
He did.
Who just wanted like to take him down.
He did.
So I think Xavier is somebody, I don't think he's going to be looked at as a huge threat immediately. I think there are bigger targets and names out there that are going to be a little more threatening in terms of competition ability. But he's going to be one of the best competitors out there, if target even matters, which it might not. So yeah, I'm a firm believer in Xavier right now.
Yeah, I think that this is such a great pick. Also, this photo of him is beautiful.
The
Like all of these
photos are
pictures have
all
been really good. Yeah, like
All really
Josh's
good.
was great too. Like all of them have been really good. Like
Yeah.
he looks like the beautiful concierge who welcomes you to his lodge, his Christmas lodge. You know what I mean? Like he looks amazing.
The pictures
But-
have been way better than the normal cast photos. Like whatever they're doing, they need to just keep doing that for
Yes.
the regular cast photos.
The
the
budget's budgeting
lighting
for this.
yeah
Mhm.
very much so. But yeah, no, Xavier is a great pick because he is really great at the competitions, but it's the same way that he won Big Brother, right? He's not immediately who's popping into your mind as like the challenge beast who's on this cast. I also think that people will want to work with him if there is any sort of ability to collude or to help each other in the competitions, or if there's schoolyard picking people to be on their teams, like people will want to work with X. And yeah, I think that he's just a great addition to the cast, and he's somebody who I would have picked if he came back to me.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. I really like X. I think it's a great pick. I think he's a great choice for casting as well. And like
Mhm.
just generally, I think he's on my personal underrated winners list. I think he played a
Mhm.
great game. And I think that, like you guys already touched on, he's a good physical competitor. So I think he has a pretty good, I think he's kind of like a sleeper in this. And it's crazy to say that about someone like Xavier, but like within this cast, I think he's a sleeper and I think that he could take it. So excited.
Yeah, like nobody on this cast is gonna like be holding a grudge against Xavier. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it was on the challenge. I think a
Mhm.
lot of people will want to work with Xavier.
Mhm.
I think that uh, again, if if that even means
Right.
anything in this
Yeah.
game. But like listen, I have to imagine there's at least some component of being able to specifically work together or target certain people within the challenges. You would have to
Mhm.
assume so.
Yeah, even if it's like we're all gonna put balls into this person's cup or whatever, you know what I mean? Like that type of thing. There absolutely has to be. I imagine that they'll do in one of the promos. I saw what looked like it was like a team competition. So I imagine that they'll do some sort of schoolyard pick for that as well. Like
Well,
so,
also,
yeah.
there's diary rooms. So then what are they going to talk about in the diary rooms if they're not like kind of like
They're
like
gonna say,
crap
"Oh,
Well, I
talking
was
so
trying
about?
I
really
have to
hard and I was
put my
aiming
thing
the
in the
ball."
ball."
No, you guys, don't put it in the universe. Aside from that, and aside from, so I walk out into the wintry backyard. No, but like I really think that they could be doing like some shady gameplay mechanism. Yeah, no, I'm like doing my thought process out loud. I think that we will be seeing some social dynamics within this.
I hope so, but I don't have high hopes for that. I feel like it's going to be just playing competitions, and it's going to be a lot of descriptions of the competitions in the backyard and all that sort of stuff. And maybe they'll be like maybe they'll get to go back in the house or something to rest between competitions, and they'll like chit chat with each other, and that's going to be what we watch. But I don't know. We'll see.
We'll need a counter for how many times they include in the edit compliments of their own like set design and stuff. Oh, it looks so beautiful, they say in the edit of their own show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the set designers should get some love, Taran.
Listen, I'm not saying they shouldn't.
You're not a fan of IATSE out here? You don't like the union? The set designers union?
They're great.
Taryn,
We're turning this around. We're turning this
I'm
convo
sorry.
around.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That wasn't very Christmas spirit of me, or holiday spirit. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, the house does look very cool.
Yeah.
So
I would love to be in there.
It looks beautiful. I wish that like the regular house looked this cool. Like I feel like they really went like all out for. I mean, I guess it's easier to kind of like theme a house as like winter wonderland versus like just summer. But I do feel like they did a really great job with the house. It's just such a shame that they're not going to actually live there or be in it.
Because a lot of people are like, oh man, why can't we get a house that looks like this in a regular season? They're wasting it on this. They're not even living there. And I think that misses the point, which is that they're not living there. They're not going to mess it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we can get as
Disgusting,
much stuff
yeah.
as we want.
That's
and
such
then
a good
give it
point. I never
back.
thought of that. Yeah, they can put, they can spend thousands of dollars on Christmas tree ornaments because they won't get broken. Yeah.
Yep. And then they'll just
won't be
return
ants.
them at the end of the
Mhm.
year.
They've kept the receipts. They're
Yeah, they
ready
have
to
the
return all
receipts.
of
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, do not
Yeah.
touch these things. This is for looks only.
They're like, we're keeping costs down as
Yeah.
much as possible. This will be the cheapest show we've ever made.
It probably is.
Mhm.
All right. So next up, this is actually a tough choice because the stats are a little all over the place here. There's some like on paper good stats, but then there's some sneaky competitors that are maybe a little bit better than you would have thought. But I think that I'd be remiss to go against the person who has won more than or who has won twice as many competitions as the next highest amount of people who have won competitions on this cast, which is of course Cody California himself. There he is. He's just good. He's good at competitions, and not only is he good at competitions, but like he's also well positioned socially in this game. If there's any of
Here
that
we
component.
go.
Like,
Here we
why
go.
wouldn't he be, right? Like, Frankie is there. To my knowledge, he still has a great relationship with Frankie. Josh is there. To my knowledge, he has a great relationship with Josh. I know there was a little bit of a thing between Josh and Pauly, but like, I don't know why there wouldn't be a good relationship between Josh and Cody. We also know that, like, you know, Cody, he maintains good relationships with people. This guy is a guy that plays the game outside of the game all the time. He has a podcast now where he talks to people and he's very nice to them on that podcast, and that helps develop good relationships. This guy is a threat to win socially and competitively.
Where have I heard this before? When have I heard this before?
I've been saying it since BB16.
Right.
And so, you know, like it's hard to counteract that. It's hard to like get him on the back foot early, especially because he also tends to be good at competitions. So I think he's got to be a runaway threat to win this whole thing. It's got to be him.
I mean, yeah, I think that he tends to do very well in all these shows. And I think that he has a very good chance of winning. I'm worried a little bit about the Nicole thing because I feel like I don't know if they've like mended fences or anything. And if not, then she might have it out for him.
I feel like, just to interrupt just slightly here, I feel like I heard that somewhat recently she, maybe not that recent, but like I heard she like followed him on social media again at some point. Like after a long time of not following him, and like they said they hadn't talked before, that like it's possible that there was some sort of reconciliation.
But
Not
I
to
do
mention
feel
the
like
fact that,
she
like,
wouldn't want to work with him anymore. Like, I don't feel like she would trust him. If there's any sort of
You would assume so.
component of like, okay, you know, we need to either vote someone out or like put balls in someone else's bin or whatever. Like, I do feel like she might rally people to get him out, and like probably for her own benefit, but also like kind of a revenge thing. But also I think it'd be really easy to just say, Cody always like does well in these types of shows. Like, we've got to do something about him. We have to like get him out now or else we'll never get him out. So like I could see a situation where he gets targeted right away just because of his like, you know, reputation in these types of games. But, you know, I do think he's going to do really well, and he might have been my next pick if I had, you know, been given the option to pick him, just because, you know, he does well in this type of thing. You know, Cameron, Cody, these type of people, they do well. So, you know what? If I'm going to win this draft, I got to pick people like that.
Yes. Cody's average placement score, by the way, about 50%. He beats 50% of the people he plays against in every competition. That's mostly because Cody has this weird thing. He tends to like either win or be like the first out. Like he tends to have a very a varied amount sort of experience when it comes to these competitions. And there's no real like thread as to like what he seems to be good at either. For instance, he performs very poorly in the reset week, in the first part of the week, in the face morph thing. And then the second time he does it, he completely crushes. Like he gets a minute something and nobody can even come close to him. he's very good at balancing. He's very fast. And those two things tend to be very good for him. The thing that I think is the most notable thing about Cody's competition skills is that if you give him the opportunity to practice something or learn something, he will adapt to it very quickly, like the face morph competition that he
I see.
played once and then completely dominated. There was another competition in All Stars. It was the ice cream one where it was like an ice cream puzzle. And every time he did it, he got faster and faster because he learned it, whereas the other players were still kind of figuring it out. And he was able to completely dominate it. So if you give him time to master something, he's probably going to master it faster than you. And I think that's part of why he tends to do really well at these competitions. As on top of the fact that, again, like he's an athlete. So that helps.
Wow. Taran, the work that you have done to like look at all of that and come up with that, honestly, bravo. Merry Christmas to the fans. Happy Hanukkah, everybody, because that is like, wow, that is such an interesting through line that he is just really good at picking stuff up quickly.
This is what happens when I don't have feeds to occupy my time.
I was gonna say, like, compare it to like me, Maggie, and Melissa. Like, we love these cast photos; they look so good. Like, why can't we do these more? That's truly what matters at this point. No, but I was just gonna say, like, for Cody, I found it fascinating that we have Cody and Nicole in the same cast. I personally cannot. I mean, like, okay, I don't think that they're gonna be like outwardly beefing on a Reindeer Games holiday spinoff show. I don't think that's going to be the case. Hey, you never know. I don't know. Maybe they'll feed us, but I'm fascinated to see how they're going to edit. Like, because the last time, like, a lot of casuals maybe have seen Cody and Nicole together was the infamous him cutting her on All Stars. So how the hell are they going to edit this for a holiday special? I'm seated. I'm excited for that.
All right, Maggie, who is going to be your second pick?
Okay. See, I made a heart pick to begin with. And I have a different opinion about this person than I think 95% of Big Brother fans do. So I'm picking them, okay? I'm picking Frankie Grande.
Frankie
good pick.
Grande.
I would have
And you know
been
what?
my next
Yeah.
pick.
And you know what? Y'all are haters, okay? Everybody who's like, Frankie, the worst. What? Because he's excited, because he loves the show, because he's full of energy and enthusiastic about what he's doing, because he's good at competitions and good socially. Like, I'm sorry. I think that Frankie is way overhated through the community. Yes, he did release that video about shine bright like a Frankie, which was grating. But you know what? He owns it, And I'm excited to see what he does. I think that he'll be fun. I think that he brings like a lot of charisma, and I think that he'll be great on the show. And he's an amazing competitor. He's a dancer, which I'm sure Taran will be able to talk so much more about his challengeability. But like, he's a dancer, which means that he's really good at balance. He's really agile. He's also very like, he understands how his body moves. So there's like a hand-eye coordination that happens and an understanding of like how to pick things up quickly. So I think he's a good pick for me.
He was really good at competitions. He's a really good competitor. Like, he would have been my next pick. And he is, or at least on Big Brother 16, I have no idea how he's going to be on this, but he definitely was a villain. But it was like, you've got to have a good villain to root against, or else, what's going on. So I also don't think he was like, I don't think he's like a horrible person villain. You know how you get that villain where it's like, no, this person just like needs to go. I think he's more of like a good person to root against. So I am excited to see him play, and we haven't seen him on Big Brother in so long. And I feel like, I'm ready to see Frankie back. So yeah, I think this is a good pick for sure.
Yeah, you guys, I'm extremely entertained by Frankie.
Yes!
Like I said, I'm not taking this show serious. I barely take the real thing seriously. Like, come on. Like, you cannot tell me that you didn't laugh at that scene where he said, "I'm a social media mogul." Like, come on, you guys, like that. I think it's long overdue to have him come and do something. That's not like a little cheeky. What was that little thing where they had them be like superheroes? Like anything but that kind of thing. Like a longer form thing, you know.
I personally feel his energy was greatly missed on All Stars. You know, like I don't know. I think
feel like
that
any energy was
Any
great in
energy,
this
yeah.
one,
Yes.
but
I think that
Blushes.
I am a Frankie Grande truther, okay? I am. And I think that everybody is a little stick in the mud about him online. Like, what is he's just excited. He'll
They're
do
doing
a
too much.
reel or two.
I'll speak for those people that there are certainly, especially if you were somebody watching the feeds at the time, there are certainly very valid reasons to not be fond
I
of
was
Frankie Grande.
so not a fan during Big Brother 16, but it was also because I was a Zach fan. So I was so upset when Frankie turned on Zach because I was also a
broke up
Zanky
Zanky.
fan. I was a huge Zanky fan, so that really hurt my feelings. I was very
Same.
upset by that.
I
But
would like
you know what?
to-
I'm over it.
I would like to disclaim I was not like I was a Twitter person back then, but I was
Same.
like a freshman in college, so I was not watching feeds and stuff. So I will, you know, I will adhere to that. If there is anything that he has done or said that is like really, really bad, I'm sorry, and I do not condone, you know, those things. But from what I have seen, it seems like everybody just thinks he's annoying. You know,
That's
and I don't
usually
agree.
what I see as well. Yes, that's usually what we're
To
seeing.
be fair, like I remember on the feeds, like when Big Brother 16, like the feeds were first starting, I thought Frankie was so entertaining and fun in his characters. I thought they were so funny. And he used to do all these like little skits in front of everyone. And I thought it was hilarious. But then he kept doing the same exact skits, the same exact characters over and over and over
Same
again.
voices.
Same voices, but with like the same like jokes with each one. And it was like, oh, like these are like bits that he just keeps doing. And so then it got way less funny for me. But I will admit, like the first few weeks, I was like, this guy is the funniest guy I've ever seen. He's so entertaining. He's so great. And then it kind of just like all went downhill. And then he turned against Zach. And I just like, I was done. But, you know, enough time has passed. I think I can, you know, get behind Frankie again. Maybe we'll see how he does. But, you know, that
I mean,
was certainly tough.
he ran the house for the first
for
like
sure.
week or so, before Derek kind of like slowly
Uh-huh.
took the reins from him and then replaced them with like fake reins that he thought he was still holding. Frankie has the highest average placement score.
Wow.
61% of all people he
Wow.
faced, he was able to beat. And he won
That's really good.
33% of all the competitions he was in. He won 6 of them. And that's not even accounting for the fact that like he was dethroned, I think, twice. So he technically kind of half won 2 other competitions. He also won a Battle of the Block solo, even though that did kind of make it easier for him. And you know, like if not for the reset week where he won both the HOH and the veto, then
Yeah.
lost them both. Mainly because Cody was able to beat him in that face morph thing. He was so fast at it. And it was really tight between him and Caleb the first time he won the HOH, and then Caleb happened to just beat him the second time. If not for that, he's in the final 4, and you know, it's not impossible at all that Frankie is the winner of Big Brother 16. He's
I'll take
very
it.
good at competitions. He's extremely well-rounded, as Maggie pointed out. Great balance, great at endurance. He's very quick. He's great at mental competitions, great at quizzes. It's just like he doesn't really have any weaknesses. And so that's, you know, important to note. Now, another important thing to note, though, like it has been, what was Big Brother 16 was like 2015 or something. Like it's been like 8 years since then. And so Frankie is a little bit older now. Might not be quite as spry as he was
Sure.
before. But
He's
I think still very capable, I would assume.
Yeah, he was in Titanic off Broadway for the past year. Like, he's still performing. He's still dancing. He was in Rock of Ages. I know. I think maybe he was on tour with that. Like, he's definitely, yeah, of course, 8 to 10 years is going to do something to anyone. But like, he is definitely still at the top of his game in terms of like his ability to be a performer,
Yeah, like I think I could be wrong, but I think he might have been Cody's age now when they were both on Big Brother 16. So there's a little bit of an age gap there, but as Maggie's pointing out here, I mean I don't think that's going to hold him back in anything physical. We just saw Heisem completely dominate in competitions.
Robbed, by the way.
I don't think that yeah, there's that's going to be too much of an issue here. All right, Lovina, who do you got?
I'm just annoyed that Heisem's not here. I would have taken him first overall. But okay. I am shocked that this person has fallen to me. I do not care. Again, I'm picking based on my heart, based on my entertainment. I'm picking the queen, Dani Reyes. Absolutely. I'm so excited to see. I mean, I figured that Dani, Brittany, and Frankie would end up on the cast, but I wasn't for sure. I was kind of worried that they wouldn't be mostly because of Brittany and Dani. But I'm so excited to see her. I know that she's not most known for competitions, but again, I could care less. I just love her as a person. I love her as as a character on my TV, and I know that she's still the same entertaining, cutthroat Dani, and I want to see what she's going to bring to a show that's like happy-go-lucky, like this. I can't wait to see what she does. I'm so pumped.
I'm gonna say it right now. If there is a major social component to the games, to like most of the games, I think Danielle will win Reindeer Games. Not only because I think that like, she's very good socially, but specifically because that is basically her forte. In Big Brother 3, everybody played for the veto. And like everybody in the house, it wasn't just 6 people. And how the veto competitions worked for the most part were basically you would target somebody to get them out of the competition. Like there are a bunch of balls in a circle and you knock the ball out of the circle and that person goes. Or there's gnomes and you're, taking shots at people's gnomes until the gnomes fall down. And Danielle has great, like decent, like her win average placement score, 49%, right there with Xavier, with Cody, like because she was consistently placing like second, third, in these veto competitions because she was always the last person that anyone would target in a veto comp because she was so good socially in that season, in that game. Not to mention the fact that she performs fairly well when she comes back for All Stars. So her win percentage is only 12%. She won 4 competitions across 2 seasons, but she performed very well in most competitions, specifically the kinds of competitions where there's a social component to them. On top of all of that, as far as I'm aware, she's in the best shape of her life, like incredible shape, total sleeper physical threat. And I think that like in this cast, she is probably the most capable strategically and socially of like doing really good things. So I absolutely think that she is a monster threat here to win.
And that's just going back to what you were saying, Taran, like that's also something that she, like if she is in amazing shape and it's like, you wouldn't expect that. That's something she'll absolutely want to downplay socially, like, oh, you can beat me. You know what I mean? Like you want to keep me here.
Well, she's posting on social media. I'm sure they know.
Okay, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that it would be easier for her to like, I can totally see her being like, of course you want to go against me towards the end of this thing. Like, what do you want to go against Cameron or Cody? No, like I could totally see it going down like that.
Listen, if the women don't team up in whatever
Girls
capacity
Alliance.
they're capable of, there's only 4 of them of this 9-person cast. And I think the 4 of them together have a combined 17 wins to the men's like 34, like literally half. So, yeah, they should be teaming up.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see Danielle Reyes, like on our screens again. Obviously, once again, I wish it was for actual Big Brother and not for this. I guess I'll take what I can get. But yeah, no, I don't know much about her comp prowess. I mean, I also feel like the competitions back in the day were a lot less intense. I don't know how the competitions are going to be for this. But, you know, obviously, like you guys said, she's been working out, and it's not like she's not done anything since her last her last Big Brother competition. So I don't think we need to be that worried. But yeah, I definitely wish we were seeing her in a different context. It just makes me very sad. Like it's like I can't be happy about this cast because it's just like, oh, like, but what is this? Like, it's like, I don't know. It's like hearing that you're going to get an interview with like someone from Big Brother. And it's like, okay, cool. I guess that's an interview, but like, it doesn't do much for me. Like for me, none of this does much for me. So I'm more sad to see these people that I wish would then play Big Brother. Like, it's like, is this going to waste it for, like, is it going to waste our like chance to see them play? Because they'll be like, I already did something with Big Brother. I'm not going back.
As you can see, based on this cast, they don't care how many times they bring these people on. I don't think this is going to be a waste.
But I mean, is that how many times they'll agree to do it? Like, if they're going to be like, yeah, well, no, this is all I'm doing. Like, I've already done my share of Big Brother. Like, that'll just really bum me out. So, I'm very sad about it, but I'm happy to see her, I guess, like doing something.
All right. Well, I'm happy. I'm happy to see as many of these people as possible. Okay.
Taran just goes, I'm happy. Well, Melissa, you're wrong, and I'm happy. No, that's not what this is. Like, this is like, all right. I have to remember Chappelle. This is not a bad
I'm happy.
thing.
Look at me. I'm happy.
This is not bad. I have to remember to channel Chappelle here. This is not stupid. This is not bad. This is happy. I'm like, I just like, okay, you guys all know how thrilled I was when they announced that Big Brother was coming back. I posted about it on Twitter a million times saying, we're back, baby. Big Brother's coming back for the winter. We're having a winter season, because I've been begging, and it's been like hinted that we were going to get some sort of like all winners or like alumni or like legends like season for like, instead of Celebrity Big Brother, it'd be like a shortened, like 2-week season, whatever. And people online, winners and other good players, were saying like, you know what, 2 weeks, I'd do it. And they were meaning 2 weeks of actually playing Big Brother, not this. This is so stupid. Like, I mean,
counter argument.
It's
Look
challenges.
at the photo on the screen.
I know. Yeah.
No,
that's the thing. Like,
I want to see her play. I don't want to see like these competitions. I always fast forward competitions whenever I have the chance to, when I'm watching the episodes. Like, if I can fast forward them, I do. Or if I can't fast forward them, I go do other things. And then when we podcast about it later, Rob asked me, what'd you think of this thing in the competition? I go, good. But I have no idea what he's talking about, because I don't watch the competitions. They're so boring to me. So like, now I'm just like, that's all I can watch.
Can I raise one point? Wait, you can read that comment first. Go ahead.
I hope so. My God.
Basically, Melissa's the Grinch of this one.
Hey, it's true.
Okay. No, but can I raise one point, Melissa? So all of these people, again, most of these people, including the person you're seeing on the screen right now, which is probably the most iconic of the cast, we fell in love with these people because of them as characters on the show. So like, I don't know. I feel like no matter what they do, I would still be super pumped to see them. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I would rather take Dani Reyes on my screen in 2023 rather than not have her at all. And potentially have her again. Like, because to Taran's point, Cody's back again. Nicole's back for the 50th time. It's after saying she would never come back, you know? Like, I feel like there's a chance, you know, we could see her come back again. And hey, it's like a cute little treat for the holidays, right?
And also, like, the best confessional for me in the entire franchise of Big Brother is one of the people who is yet to be mentioned, who is on this cast, saying that she lost her dignity on a slippery wiener, which is about the competitions. So, you know, like we have these people who are enough of and give us enough entertainment value that I do feel like it's going to be fun. And, you know, I really do think that this is not people being like, well, I'll have had my Big Brother fill. Like, we're getting people back because of what the deal was. And like, I don't know that we would have gotten Dani Reyes back if she had to even stay in the house for 2 weeks. You know,
we would
like
have to wait longer.
I guess
Yeah.
that to me, it's like, okay, would you like to see people like that you love doing okay, it's like, and this is going to be like a sports analogy, and I don't know anything
I'm
about
into it.
sports, but I'm going to try. Michael Jordan, it's like, okay, do you want to see him play basketball or do you want to go see him play baseball? Like, didn't he go play baseball and he was bad?
I think
Isn't that
he
the
did.
thing?
I mean, if
was
it was
golf.
for 2 weeks, I'd be down.
I don't remember. It was one of them.
I
No,
would
but
love. It's like Dancing with the Stars. It's like Dancing with the. Come on, we could like. This is good. We can say it's like Dancing with the Stars, you guys. I came up with something.
Oh
Dancing
my
with the
God.
reindeer.
yeah.
It's like I want to see Michael Jordan play basketball. I don't want to see him be bad at playing like baseball.
Well, I'm intrigued.
If
And it's only 6 hours of my life.
If I woke up tomorrow and I heard my favorite hockey player, Joe Thornton, was cast for Skating with the Stars in Canada, I think they had something similar. I'd be like, hell yeah, he's gonna figure skate now.
Imagine a situation though where you believe that you're gonna see him play base or basketball.
You have to let
you
go of
believe you're gonna
preconceived
see
notions.
all
I
these
have to
people.
say-
You believe you're gonna see all these people play the game that they're really good at and that you love and that you're excited to watch. And then they're like,
Melissa.
oh, just kidding. They're not going to do that. They're going to do something that you hate. Take the worst part of the show and let's have them do it for you.
Melissa, but like you know what the show is. Like, I can't believe that you actually thought that we were gonna get like a Winter Legends season. Like, genuinely.
I thought we were. I honestly did.
Oh,
because
no, I didn't.
Like, it just. I mean, I didn't think it was. I honestly didn't think it was gonna be a Legends season. I thought like that was wishful thinking. I thought it was gonna be just like past players, and it was gonna be just a mix of like random people. But I did know that the only way we were gonna be able to get certain people back who are legends are if it was a shortened 2-week show. And so that's why I was excited about a winter one, because it would have been like a 2-week show.
All right. Well, let's finish off this this draft. Melissa, you have the final pick of the draft. I believe you're choosing between is it Nicole and Brittany left?
Yeah. And obviously I'm going to pick Brittany because she's very fun. I love Brittany. I absolutely love Brittany. I think she will be funny. And I don't know if either her or Nicole are all that great at competitions, honestly. But at this point, those are my options. So I have to go with humor and entertainment value. So yeah, I'm very excited to see Brittany give DR commentary. I'm shocked that she's coming back, but I'm excited to see her DRs.
I mean, I'm excited. Like, I think Brittany could make this whole show. Like,
Yes.
even if it is dumb, if Brittany's in the diary room making fun of it and the people doing it, like, I'm down. Like, I'm happy to watch a compilation of Brittany just in the diary room. That has nothing to do with strategy or Big Brother, other than it's just Brittany talking in the diary room. I could watch 6 episodes of Brittany talking in the diary room, especially with people like Cam in the house, and
Oh my God.
and like getting to see her work with maybe or play with people like Danielle and Taylor. And you know, she's gonna have to, you know, deal with Josh, and like it's gonna be funny, and that's exciting.
Yeah, and I'm actually even thinking now back to like Big Brother 12. Like, she has that hilarious DR talking about like Kathy being like, I'm gonna take my time on this one. And she's like, oh yeah, because it's not a race. And like she's really, really good like talking about the competitions. It's not just like people in the house, you know?
I will say Brittany is one of the
few people on this cast, or even just generally in Big Brother, that like I prefer to see her in the diary room than I do to see her like strategizing in the house, because I feel like she's not super great at that, but her DRs are just like so amazing, and that is why we love her. Is her sense of humor and her like way of speaking. I just feel like this is one of the few people who I'm like, you know what? I don't necessarily need to see you like strategizing in the house. I can I can be happy otherwise.
Melissa, as Brittany's coach in this game, I'm going to need you to believe in her more, because her strategy was pretty good in Big Brother 14. And
14, yeah.
I might surprise some people here. Her competition prowess, not very bad. In fact, not bad. In fact, kind of good. She has the second highest average placement score on this whole cast, 58%.
Oh my God.
And a win percentage of just 18%, which is not great, but still higher than a decent amount of people on this cast.
Who was the lowest?
The lowest is Taylor. On both counts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought it was Josh.
No. She's right there with Josh in terms of win percentage. But that's mostly because on Big Brother 14, she only played in like a few proper competitions, and in one of them, she just went for safety in the slip inside, and she beat Dan for that safety. And then she placed very well though in those competitions. She came in like second, third place a lot of the time. And in Big Brother 12, she won 4 competitions. To put that in perspective, she was on a cast with Rachel Riley, who only won 2 that season. She won 4. Brendan also won 4. Hayden only won 5. And it was the 3 of them. They won the big bulk of the comps that season. She did pretty well. People remember her losing her dignity on a slippery wiener, which was not the best like introduction to her comp ability. But she tends to place well in competitions. She tends to win more competitions than you might think. She's very good at quizzes in particular. That seems to be like her strong suit. Obviously anything like too physical, like a slippery wiener, not quite as much, but she again did beat Dan on the slip and slide for what it's worth. So, watch out for Brittany in competitions. Is all I'll say. That she actually has some pretty good stats here.
Also, look at her photo. Like, this woman has 3 children.
The pictures
are you kidding?
Good.
Incredible.
She looks the exact same as she did on Big Brother 12.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you told me this was a photo from back then, I would be like, yep, okay. I would believe that for sure.
She's so beautiful.
So excited to see her.
Yeah. All right. That, of course, leaves the final player on the cast that went to the audience. It's Nicole Franzel. Here she is. I thought this was an interesting stat. Since Big Brother 16, every single season of CBS reality that has included former players with an S has included Nicole Franzel.
Wow.
That's wild. I'm shocked that she came back.
You have to exclude the challenge because I'm not. But every season of Big Brother, season 18 brought back returning players. She was there. Season 19 only 1, doesn't count. Not counting it. Plural. I'm talking plural. All Stars. She was there. This Reindeer Games now. She's there. Even the Amazing Race, when they brought on multiple Big Brother players, more than just one pair, she was there. They do not do a season of returning players without Nicole Franzel ever since Big Brother 16.
Wow.
And you know what? Maybe they shouldn't do it in the new era. I think she's very representative of the new era. I totally understand everyone's qualms with Nicole Franzel. But I will say this, similarly to Frankie, I think she just gets way too much unwarranted hate.
Oh, for sure.
Far too much. Like, I would say way more than Frankie could ever imagine getting. I think that we need Nicole on these seasons. And I understand she's the kind of villain that doesn't know / want to be a villain. And we don't live for those kinds of villains. But like, she's still a villain that you root against. Like Melissa, you were saying earlier, we need a villain that you root against. I'm happy to see Nicole. And again, like I said for Cody, when we were talking about him earlier, I am very excited to see how are they going to edit this? How are they going to depict this relationship? I also am very excited to see how, and I get it. Everyone's saying they're obsessed with BB16. CBS is like so obsessed with BB16. Well, I mean, I'm excited to see how they interact with Frankie, and it's been a while. So I think that Nicole was a fantastic winner, and she deserved her win over Paul. And I think that she deserves to be here as well, and people should stop being mean to her. And another thing that I will say, I have been seeing a lot of comments online on top of all the regular hate she gets that's unwarranted about her appearance, like in the photos. Like I've
No.
seen a lot of comments like, oh, well, she looks bad as she should. And I was like,
What?
you guys,
She
let's
does not look bad.
No, she's
looks
beautiful.
great. She looks
She's
beautiful.
Beautiful
That's
woman.
shocking.
That
Yeah,
is
I've
shocking
seen
A lot of
too.
that. And I just wanted to say it annoys me. So everyone cut it out.
I feel like I'm just surprised she came back, just because it's like she's doing the whole like influencer thing, right? Still with like Victor, and she's a mom, and like I figured she was like Big Brother's behind me. Like that's what I thought. So I'm very shocked to see her back. I'm excited to see her back. I feel like you guys just said, like I'm excited to see what happens with her and Cody. Like what is like the Big Brother 16 connection? I mean, she's been on seasons with a lot of these people, and so I'm interested to see like what happens, like what's the deal. I don't know how she does in competitions. I don't remember her being like that amazing.
Oh, I got your stats for you.
All right, go for it. For it.
First, I just want to do a reenactment of what I imagined this phone call was like. It's Nicole. She's on the. You got what? A big reindeer games. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
she can't stay away. I said
She
this to
can't.
Stu earlier.
I don't know. I sorry, I don't want to cut you off before you talk about the stats, but like
Oh,
her
the stats are
coming
waiting
back,
for us whenever we want.
her coming back was so surprising to me because one, I agree with you, Lovina. She's an amazing Big Brother player. I'm not sure I love watching her play Big Brother. She's very frustrating to me, but she's really good. Like the stats don't lie. She's amazing. She's a great Big Brother
I wish she
player.
would own her villainhood, like you said. Like I wish she would be like, I'm doing this because I'm like, trying to whatever. I want to win.
Well, that's part of her shtick, though, right? Like that's part of the package. But
I highly recommend, if people haven't seen it, I did a deep dive with her after All Stars, and she talks a lot about like the sort of like devious side of her strategy for sure.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised that she's back because, when she did the deep dive with you, when she did she did a couple interviews after All Stars, and she seemed very upset and was like, I'm done with this. Like this was traumatizing, basically. Maybe she didn't use that word, but like the vibe I got was that it was like a horrible experience for her. She said like Victor was like, you're never ever doing this again. I remember she did an interview. Her and Victor came on with Rob because they wanted to talk like last season or something about Big Brother. And then they came on and like were saying that they weren't even watching and stuff. So I was just like, I just thought she was out. Like I thought that she was, like you said, Melissa, like moving on. So
I mean, 6 days, I think, is the answer here.
Yeah, I know. But I think that just like, if you're going to say like, no more Big Brother.
I feel like she felt like the hate that she was getting like wasn't worth like all of it. But like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is like a strategic thing for social media too, because it's like you can bring more people in if you keep going back. Like I get it. So maybe there's that element to it.
There's always a chance to turn it all around in Big Brother. If she's on this show and she is an instrumental part of helping like Dani Reyes succeed on this show.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I mean,
the amount of people that will be like, you know what? Nicole's
I've
actually
always
pretty
liked
okay.
her.
Yeah, she's not so bad.
Totally.
Yeah, I think that like I just was truly shocked to see her here. Like I had listed in my head probably 25 people that I would have thought would have been here before Nicole, but like that just goes to show that there's something about it that keeps pulling her back in, and I think we know what it is because we watched her on the feeds. Like we know that she is very like she's competitive. That's the thing. That's why people can't wrap their heads around it, because she doesn't she acts like she is the least competitive person in the world, but she is really competitive, and like she is gonna come out here and you never know what could happen.
Yeah, well, her average placement score is higher than Cody's. 52% to Cody's 50, despite only winning half the amount of competitions that he did, and having half the win percentage, essentially at 13 or 14% win percentage. I find this really interesting because it's kind of true that a lot of the women on this list have like higher win percentages than some of the men, despite the men having half as or twice as many wins. There's something probably interesting there about the nature of the competitions that tend toward the men winning the competitions and the women just placing high in them.
Mhm. I also
But
wonder, Taran, not to cut you off, but I wonder if that has to do with the fact like how many men usually make it to the end of the game, so they're playing in more competitions with less
well, that's
people.
kind of what this score is for, is that you'll
Okay.
get less credit. It's only about how many people you beat. So if you win a
Okay.
bunch of end game competitions, you don't get much credit for it. But I think that what you're saying is correct in the sense that
Okay.
like, yeah, you'll get a lot of wins in the end.
Yeah.
But you won't get as much like credit because you only get a certain amount of people that you're beating in the end. You're beating like 2 people a time or a competition, versus if you win an HOH in week 2, you're beating like 13 people. So that's the equivalent in this score, at least, of winning like 5 endgame competitions. And so, yeah, you're seeing like women who are performing well in these like tougher competitions with a lot of people they're competing against, versus, yeah, a lot of like the men making it toward the end, winning a lot of these end game physical competitions against a couple of people. And so I think that these scores are very interesting to me. But yes, so 7 total comp wins across 3 seasons, and not a great comp win percentage, but she's no slouch in these competitions. She consistently places fairly high in them. She's good at the hybrid comps, the ones that they do a lot of. She's very quick thinking, and she does well in the mental portion, and she's like capable of doing the physical portions. The issue for her is that she will come in like second place to somebody like Cody, who she often is playing these games with, who are going to be able to do them faster. Like for instance, All Stars Final Four veto. She comes second place to Cody. She was getting all the answers right. She was doing well. Cody was just too fast at the like hamster wheel or whatever it was, or whatever it was. And so somebody like Cody, he's going to beat her because he's just that much faster, unless he messes up and gives her an opportunity to win those. And she's there. If that opportunity presents itself, she's probably going to win that competition. But unless it does, she's going to have a harder time against players like Cody. So she'll also perform really well in endurance competitions. She tends to perform really well in those. And she does well in quizzes as well. So like she is no slouch in these competitions and definitely capable. It's again just those very overtly physical things that she'll fall behind players like Cody in.
The chat might win. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're
All right.
thrilled.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That is the Reindeer Games cast. Let's just cycle through them one more time just to remind you of what we're working with here. We have I'm trying to, there we go. We have Cameron from Big Brother 25. We have Taylor Hale. Look at that. We have Brittany Haynes, Josh Martinez, Danielle Reyes, Frankie Grande, Xavier Prather, Nicole Franzel, and Cody Calafiori. I feel like we haven't talked enough about the fact that Taylor is going to be on this season. She's going to be playing with Danielle Reyes, and like the connections that we made to like her win versus Danielle's, and how it was like, it was what, like the 20th anniversary or something of Danielle's loss in Big Brother 3 is when Taylor won Big Brother 24. Like it's just wild that like, and this is the fun thing for me is that like, yeah, you could get the two of them talking on a podcast or something, but like on a show, competing together in the diary room, talking, like maybe even working together, is so cool. And Brittany's gonna be there. And it's just, I think there's a lot of like really fun, cool things that could happen in this season. It's certainly, as a Big Brother fan, it's not something I would want to miss. It's not something that I will necessarily enjoy. It might suck. In fact, like, let's be real, it probably will. But I love some of the people on this cast, and I'm really excited about the opportunity for them to be able to play, and for us to be able to watch some of these people interact. It's definitely like a mix of people that I wouldn't have seen really interacting before this. So I'm excited to see what happens. Again, it's only 2 weeks. It's a short little commitment, and we'll be here, every step of the way to cover what we've got and talk through how it all goes down.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how what the format is, like what it's gonna look like how much DRs do we get, or how the competitions are structured or how people get eliminated. Like, I feel like I just don't understand enough of it. So I'm really interested to see what exactly this whole thing is.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact we've got Derek X, Tiffany, and Jordan as elves, helpers, hosts.
Should we also talk about like the people who were surprised we don't see on the cast? I mean, there were only 9 slots, you know what I mean? And 5 of them are winners, which I think that just goes to show you like where Big Brother's headspace was at when they were creating the cast. But like, I'm personally incredibly shocked that Rachel Riley's not on this cast. I would have thought that would have been a no-brainer, especially because she's from the LA area and she's been so involved in the show.
She's always
so
down.
Long. Yeah. I'm very shocked Mr. Spectacular isn't here because he's used basically every single I'm not
It's
kidding.
been a while though, right?
Kind of. He was like on Big Brother 20. I'm surprised he's not here. I'm surprised Casey is not here. Casey Clark, if they were going in that winner's direction and they were looking for people who are incredibly competitive, like I think that was very surprising. Michael obviously was such a huge shock. I think that my guess would be they didn't want to do Taylor and Michael, but
then
They can
BB
do Cody
16,
and
3 of them.
Nicole and Frankie.
okay, but they all came
But
back.
that's been from a long time. That's also been like a long time past. So I feel like it's a little different than like bringing back like I would have loved to see Heisem, but I feel like they're already bringing back Cam. Then like Cam and Heisem, it's like too many people from a recent season. Maybe they were like thinking that. I mean, I would have loved to see Michael, so I'm bummed about that. But I feel like if there's only 9 people, it's like really hard to pick. I don't think there's anyone. I wouldn't say there's anybody in the cast that I'm like, I do not get why they picked this person. Like I understand why they picked each person in the cast. And the fact that there's only 9 of them, it's like there really doesn't leave that much space.
Here, I personally, my perspective, I can never fault casting for casting a winner.
Me either.
Like
Same.
they're a winner. Like they have a place in the show's like history. I mean, I guess there are certain winners I might be like, whoa, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
But
We know who they are.
in terms of winners that are like capable of being on the show, I can't really fault them for like in terms of like should they be there? Entertainment wise, it's hard to say because like look, it's not like the players themselves picked that winner when they cast their votes for that winner. So whether we like it or not, that winner is in the history books of the show. But I am super surprised that both Rachel and Casey are 2 names I would have expected to see.
And they're both winners.
According to Janelle on Twitter, Rachel was talking to them and then got ghosted, which is kind of how it works. You just, if you don't make it, you tend to get ghosted. But I don't know why she wouldn't have made it.
That's crazy to me.
Like I'd take Rachel over like half of these people.
Yeah, Rachel is Big Brother. Like, it's synonymous with Rachel for me.
Yeah, I can't believe, because also like you said, if we're looking at like winners and icons of the show, like she won. She's a winner. And she's come back to do like little skits and things throughout the years too. Like she's obviously on good
And she has a
standing.
genuine competition, like
Yes.
pedigree, resume. Like I can kind of like, from my perspective, if I'm casting this show, I can understand why maybe Casey is left off the list, or at least one of the Casey, Josh, Cody, like they're all super connected with the challenge and all of these people. So like not having them all on the cast kind of makes sense. I don't think Casey's necessarily the one I would have chopped from that, but I can see why. Whereas Rachel, like she's got some friends in the community, but like she does her own thing, like and she's also somebody who's like super engaged in the show and the community, and like is a winner, is like known as a competition beast, is gonna get in there and like make good TV. If you saw her on The Traitors recently, like she's still in it both strategically and entertainment wise. Maybe it was The Traitors, maybe they were just like not happy with her being on The Traitors, but like they just cast Cirie. I guess Cirie wasn't originally a Big Brother player, but like I don't know, maybe they're mad that The Traitors got Dan, and so they're like, no more Traitors people. They can't believe they sniped Dan.
Janelle did tweet that she's under contract right now with Peacock, which is why I didn't mention her. Like,
otherwise we would have been like Janelle.
Oh yeah, like where is Janelle? You know, like
Cody was on Traitors. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
I mean,
none of it makes sense. I don't get it. It doesn't make like there's no logical explanation unless like Rachel said no, but like Janelle is saying that Rachel didn't say no. So like I don't get it. Like
and take it all with a grain of salt. We haven't heard this directly from Rachel, so like who knows? You know, maybe she did say no, and Janelle just didn't know that part of the story. You know, we don't really know necessarily. But yeah, to me, it's if Rachel wanted it and they were talking to her, it's wild to me that she's not on, especially considering that like it's not even like somebody had to replace. Like it's not like she would have even necessarily had to replace somebody. Just have 10 people.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't know. I just have an even amount of men and women. I don't know. I know this is a wild idea, but like,
yeah, that's so. Yeah, it's so true. It really just feels to me like I'm like baffled by that decision, because like she was my only like guaranteed, okay, we'll see Rachel Riley on there. If it's a competition show about Big Brother with Big Brother players, like we'll be seeing Rachel. That's like why I'm so shocked.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that or act that way about Michael. And like, I understand that, but I think that Rachel's a far bigger miss than Michael. And I feel like, I don't know, like my gut feeling says that like somebody like Michael might have said no to this. So I don't know. But Rachel would not have said no. That's the fact.
If this is just straight competitions, like competitions from the show, or like just like we're just gonna watch them like do comps, then to me, you have to have Michael, you have to have Janelle, you have to have the people that have actually performed super, super well in these comps, so that there's actually some intrigue of like, okay, here's genuinely the best of the best at these things. Now watch them all compete together. Like, who's actually the greatest competition beast in the history of the show? Like, even to me, who doesn't like the comps, like I'm interested in that, you know, like at least they're evenly matched. At least like we're watching like a tournament of the greats, you know, play, even though I don't even particularly enjoy the competitions. It's like there's something there, you know. So again, I will say hopefully that's not what it is, because if that is what it is, then why aren't we seeing Michael? Why, you know, I know why we can't see Janelle, but like you know, I think that yeah, it is weird to me that it's a competition based show and you have like the guy sitting right there, he's the current kind of like champ of comps, and even somebody like Heisem, who was making fantastic television and was crushing the competitions, like he could be there. It's not like you can't have Heisem and Cam on the cast. Like the two of them would have been thick as thieves, you know, like I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else then? Anything else we've got before we wrap this up?
I'm just super excited. I'm pretty excited for this. Like I'm a big fan of dumb TV, and this is dumb TV, but with like most of the people that we really enjoy and have enjoyed in the past. So I can get used to it.
This podcast kind of got me hyped. Like I was sort of
Right,
just like,
yeah.
maybe I'll watch, maybe I won't. I don't know. But I'm sort of like, now I watch. I am gonna
Yeah.
watch.
Agreed.
Especially Taran, you're like being like, oh, maybe there's a social component. I'm like, what if there is? I don't want to miss it. You know, like what if Big Brother Reindeer Games is good?
If there's a social component, I will be very pleased.
This is why people
Mhm.
don't like me, because I like for me it's like I can hope for it, and then when it comes, like it's like, okay, that's what I kind of also expected. But like Melissa's like, no, if I expect good things, I'll be even more upset if it's not good.
Yeah, I haven't learned my lesson with Big Brother. I'm always like hyping it myself up and getting really excited for things that like I know they're not going to deliver. I don't know why I do that, but like, and then I'm always like really sad when I don't get it. So yeah, that's just, you know,
It's
can't be
okay.
stopped.
I'm the same way. When you love something, you really want to see the
Mhm.
best come out of it, and you really want to
Mhm.
you really want to believe that they're going to do right by you, I guess. I'm with
Yep.
you.
So we'll see.
All right. People are really asking to see the house. I don't have photos of the house itself, other than like just this background that I just put together, which I think I have to remove us all to show you. I don't know how else to get rid of our faces.
There's like 4 rooms, right? It's like they
Mm.
decorated the living room and the kitchen and then like the like workout room thing.
Yeah, here, let me show you a brief image of the house here. That's the background of this thing. I'm gonna just remove everyone for just a second. Good. There it is. Also a photo of Cody popped up there.
Very fun.
When
Um,
we got onto the podcast, like I was before, like I got let into the room, like before we recorded. The only thing was like that background and a photo of Cam, and I was like, ah.
You're like, what's going on here? Oh boy.
Oh my God.
yeah, I
So
threw
just
together
know
this
that
background in these photos at the 11th hour here.
the house looks like a Hallmark movie. It's very well done. It's super well decorated. I hope they actually like make use of it. Like I hope they have some like scenes or segments or whatever of them just like hanging out in the house while they're like preparing for the next competition or whatever. Like maybe some sort of strategy or something. I don't know, but I hope they do like utilize it because I think they really did a good job of decorating the house to look very festive.
Let's
All right.
hope they have like a knockout competition. That could
Mhm.
start
will.
drama.
Yeah.
I think
They
they for
have to.
sure will. Yeah, if they're doing like 3 competitions per episode, 1000%. They'll have some quiz stuff. They'll like, you know, and I'm sure when they do the quiz stuff, it'll be like Big Brother knowledge, you know, all that good fun stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think The Devil's Plan, if you haven't watched it, by the way, on Netflix, definitely check it out, by the creator of The Genius back in the day. Fantastic television. And it's all technically competitions, but it's like more strategic, more socially demanding and dramatic than like most of these shows are, because the games themselves involve a lot of social dynamics. And so definitely check it out if you haven't. But there's ways to do this, and I don't expect Big Brother to. The game designers of Big Brother are not the game designers of Devil's Plan. We'll say that. But there are certainly ways, and if for example, another show that just recently ended, the Squid Game Challenge on Netflix. Also recommend, although I do think personally the finale was.
Okay.
Um,
I will say that was one that I also was like, this is going to be terrible. Like I had the lowest expectations, and then it was really good, I thought.
yeah, I
I
really.
agree.
I think, and when I say like, for the record, I just think that the game for the end was like one step too far for me. But what Squid Game did with challenges also worked really well. There's one in particular that I thought was really, really fun and good, which is like, everyone's blindfolded, and then somebody's randomly chosen to give like put a present on somebody's desk. And if you get the present, you will be eliminated unless you can guess who put the present on your desk. That's
Hmm.
tailor made for exactly this. It's even got
Mhm.
presents. And it's really fun because there's a social component to it, as well as like a social deduction component to it. There's some really interesting things that you can do with quote unquote challenges. And Big Brother themselves have done this in the past. I talked about it in Big Brother 3, all kinds of competitions that involved you know, targeting people or working together to accomplish something. Like, there are definitely ways that you can make this very fun. And so, you know, we'll see. We'll see. All right, so that's what we have for you. We will be back. I think Monday night is the premiere of this show. So, you know, we'll see what we can do here for the episode recaps. I'm not entirely 100% sure on the schedule here. I think it's something like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. And the times are all slightly different. It looks like a 2-hour premiere on Monday. So we'll be live after the Monday premiere. We'll chat through what we got and, you know, see how disappointing it is or how good it is. Who knows? And then we'll keep moving through as it goes. Again, only 6 episodes, only 2 weeks. We'll have some fun with it. We'll cheer on our favorites, and we'll have a grand old time here on the podcast. So check all of that out. You can also find me over on Twitch if you want to hang out over there. I'll probably talk more about Squid Game, and I still have to do the soundbite tournament for Big Brother 25.
Wrong.
What do you mean wrong? What are you talking about? I haven't done it yet.
Wrong.
Okay. All right. I don't know what he wants from me. And stuff like that. So come find me over there on Twitch, and we'll hang out. We'll watch Survivor. We'll watch the episodes. I'll be watching them live with you. We would come and have a party. It'll be a good time. Lovina, where can people find you?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at lpavs with 2 S's. We'll be tweeting some reindeer games. And if you like sports, then that's a good place to go as well.
All right. And Maggie.
Yeah, you can find me on TikTok, Threads, and Instagram at mlmorgan_.
All right. And of course, you can find Melissa at It's Melissa with 3 A's. And that's what we got. So thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next time.